Right, hold on to your eardrums. Let's see what like a 170 wheel kilowatt K24 goes like. Oh my! G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life. And in my time doing this channel, I have reviewed a number of different modified Hondas, and a little while ago I did a different K24 Swapped Integra, but we're doing it again because they are such awesome cars. So today we're going to be seeing what this DC5 Honda Integra Type R with a K24 block is like. In terms of exterior styling, this is probably one of my favorite looking Hondas. Whether you go for the pre-facelift or the facelift one, these cars just look absolutely fantastic. And seeing one again in championship white, the OG color for all of the Honda Type Rs, with the red Recaro interior, the factory wheels, and the cool sort of Mugen inspired body kit around the outside, they are just stunning looking cars. Under the bonnet, while it looks fairly similar to the standard K20A that you would have had with these when it was completely factory, naturally now it has a K24 block. I've been told by the owner the reason why he did it in this one was not necessarily because he wanted more power, but was actually because the K20A that was in it spun a bearing just a few weeks after picking it up, which is very unfortunate. But I suppose if you can make something of the unfortunate situation of effectively destroying your entire engine, putting a K24 block on it is a pretty darn good way to do it. It's got a PLM header, a 3-inch exhaust all the way through, and a Tegawa carbon intake, which will be really interesting to see how that sounds. And I'm told that it's making somewhere around 170 wheel kilowatt, which, given my old silver CL9 with a fairly stock K24 with just a few bolt-ons making around 150 wheel kilowatt, means that this thing in a much lighter chassis is going to go extremely well indeed. Jumping in the interior of the DC5 Integra, and it's bringing back some good memories of my old blue one that I used to have. In terms of the way the interior is laid out, it's pretty much exactly the same as mine. I put the red Recaros in mine too, which I must admit I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with, shall we say. They're not the most comfortable on long journeys, but for track use or blasting down a back road, they are some of the best factory seats for just holding you firmly in place. The tiny little Momo steering wheel that this one has on it is really cool. The gauges on these go all the way to 8,500 RPM. I love how they put the climate knobs just up here on the dash. It's got a couple gauges here for your temperature, for your water temp, and oil pressure. And this one also has a hybrid racing short shifter on it, which, as I'm going to experience now, when they say short shifter, they're not joking, because it's literally like a bolt action sniper rifle. Just overall, it's a very sporty place to sit, and you can tell that this car is made for backroad barnstorming and nothing more. Driving the K24 Integra Type R. This is probably up there as one of the most raw cars I've ever driven. My goodness, this thing is quite something to drive, and unfortunately conditions are very much less than ideal, where it struggles to put any power down, and the traffic is just horrendous, and I don't really have anywhere that I can sort of safely give it a bit of beans, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll find somewhere. But I suppose if we get the negatives out of the way, there was a very good reason why I would never ever want to daily drive one of these, because it rides so hard, it's so rattly, the exhaust is so loud. The seats are not particularly comfortable, but it is a special car to drive, and there is a reason why people are paying ridiculous amounts of money for these, because where else can you get a car that makes a noise like that? It's so quick to rev. VTEC, and it is no slouch. Right, hold on to your eardrums. Let's see what like a 170 wheel kilowatt K24 goes like. Oh my! I need another Honda. Oh my, what am I doing? I am missing out. I don't know if I'd want to own one that's quite this loud, because this just draws way too much attention to itself. If you give it any beans, everyone's going to know. But the fact, oh my, look at the 3 to 4, see the shift. Wow, that short shifter makes such a difference where you can literally just whoop-bang into the next gear. This thing is a machine to drive. I don't know if anything else is going to live up to this for just pure driving involvement. I don't think I've ever felt so involved in a drive before. And while I probably wouldn't want to own something like this, whether you like Hondas or not, you have to respect how good these cars are to drive. They are incredible. Thanks very much for watching, and I will very much look forward to seeing you again next time. Let me know down in the comments if you think I should get one of these or another Honda, because oh man, they're good.